This episode is going to be recorded in two parts. There is tonight, which is Saturday night, and tomorrow, which is Sunday night. So there you go. That's just to make it easier with editing. Knock off half of it tonight, knock off half of it tomorrow. Posted on Monday, probably Monday morning again. Although that didn't work last week, I think last week's episode got a few less views than normal, so maybe Monday night would be better. I'm not sure what works, but let's go straight into today. First, welcome back to the New FM First Division. It's been a long off season, and really today it still feels like pre-season. It's hard to believe that the competition's back. It's been so long. I think tomorrow I'm heading out to Cessnock and Singleton. There'll be more on that later in the episode when I do record tomorrow night. So I'm heading out to Cessnock tomorrow, and I think that's going to be a real indication that the season's back. This isn't, I've seen a lot of Cookshill and Kahibah. I haven't seen too much of Cessnock, and I haven't been to Cessnock since June last year or thereabouts. So I'm definitely looking forward to heading up to Turner Park tomorrow. And hopefully I'm sitting here in about 30 minutes time or 20 minutes time on this video saying how good it was. First of all, today Kahibah, or Cookshill United, hosting Kahibah FC at the Newcastle Athletics Field. Yours truly in charge of a lot at the Athletics Field today. We at Cookshill debuted our brand new speaker, our brand new PA system, which was bought by me and is actually my PA system, but doing that today for Cookshill, very enjoyable. And those who were there today would have, well, no doubt I was supporting my club, but I also respected Kahibah Football Club. I like Kahibah Football Club, and if there's a team that's going to come to Cookshill and beat us 7-2, then why not Kahibah? Let's get into the 17s game. Cookshill United 0, defeated by Kahibah FC 2. First game of the season. I'm not going to lie, I didn't see too much of this game. I was running back and forth like a headless chicken trying to find extension leads, power boards, microphones, all this craziness. There was a game on, and from what I've seen, what I saw, the moments I saw, was a pretty decent game. Two new look sides. I hadn't seen a lineup for Kahibah's 17s. They have a brand new squad. Not one player that I can see on this list remains from last year. So a lot of new players there. The whole team are new players. Cookshill the same. There's only two players who played today that were there last year, Eli Collins and Campbell Guest being those players. So brand new squads for both teams, but a good game. And Cookshill had the chances in the first half. Campbell Guest getting on the onto the score sheet, almost getting onto the score sheet. How about putting that almost in front of there? Hitting the post. Fergus Allen also having a shot that went close. Couple shots just sort of scraping past the goal of Zach Ireland, who did make a good save to keep it 0-0. And right before half-time, right on half-time really, Henry Gibson scoring the opening goal for Kahibah, beating Eamon Doyle in between the sticks. Eamon or Eamon? I'm gonna have to find that out. The new Cookshill 17's goalkeeper. Played well today actually, Doyle. I was really impressed. Second half was much of the same. Cookshill played well, but unable to get that vital equaliser. Chances went by. What can I say? They didn't take the most of their chances. They didn't play badly today, the Cookshill 17s. It could have been better, I'm not going to lie. It wasn't their best effort, but it wasn't necessarily a bad effort. It just wasn't their day, and Henry Gibson scoring with a few minutes left in the game. He scored with 3 minutes left in the first half and 4 minutes left in the second half. Vital goals, 2-0 win, Gibson with a double, Kahibah straight to the top of the table, and they will stay there based on goal difference from the other game today. So this team can definitely make the top 4. Same with Cooks Hill. Both these teams are going to be there or thereabouts. Under 19s, Cooks Hill 0, defeated by Kahibah FC 2. Not repeating myself, that was the scoreline there as well. This was an interesting one. This was probably the game of the day. It was evenly contested. The best performance of the day coming in first grade from Kahibah, but as for both teams playing well, this was the game of the day. Cooks Hill were decent early on, but they went 2-0 down pretty quickly. Matty Hughes scoring for Kahibah and Bailey Chaplin as well. Bang bang, just like that, inside 20 minutes, 2-0. Stu Hansen did pretty well on the flanks. Cooper Goodacre had a good game. Harry Flick. He might have had a good game. Is he on this? Yes, he was on the. They all had a good game actually, but Campbell Hine was the player that I was supposed to point out there. He played really well today as well. Cooks Hill kept to their credit, they kept the scoreline at 2-0 and they created chances of their own. This is a good team this year. You know, looking through this team, it's possibly stronger than the one last year. Emerson Gosling in goals, Neil, Graham, Mellon, Slay, Saveckles. This is a good team, you know. Even the 17s players that come up, Campbell Guest, Caleb Green, Angus Davies, are good players to have on the bench. And Seb Lewis was injured in that game, but he did play 23s, so that's good news for Seb, who did get replaced by Campbell Guest, who actually played pretty well in the 19s. And you know, you'll see these players at Cooks Hill get the chances. Most clubs are giving chances, 17s players playing up in the 19s. It happens every week. Cooks Hill will come good in this comp. Kahibah will finish top 2. Let's be serious about this. Kahibah FC, I'm going to say it now, they will win the minor premiership in under 19s. There's only probably one team that's going to stop them, that being Lake Macquarie City. It's for the minor premiership. I'm not talking about the top 4, I'm talking about finishing top of the table at the end of this season. This Kahibah FC team, I believe, will do it. They did it last year in the 17s. It's the same team. It's probably an improved team on last year. Why can't they do it again? That's my question. You know, they've got a few recruits in, Riley Cleaver being one of them as well. But 2 that I really want to mention, and I've mentioned a lot in the pre-season, Bailey Chaplin and Harry Wills. These players, the vision they showed today was brilliant. It was definitely these guys are going to be ones to watch in the future. Bailey Chaplin especially today was brilliant and got a deserved goal. And in my opinion, should have played on the bench for one of the higher grades, but I believe some players sort of came late, so he didn't get a chance in the 23s this week, but I definitely think he should have. A very good player, Bailey, and as I said, Campbell Hine, strong again. Strong all game, I should say, not strong again. It's first round. If they produce the same against Cessnock next week, it definitely should be a win for Kahibah. This team can definitely string a few wins together if they want. Under 23s, Cooks Hill 2, Kahibah FC 0. There's a story to tell in this game. It was my first chance to sing the club song at Cooks Hill United. There you go. There'll be people out there who are pissed off by that, but I support my club, and it was good to get in there with the guys and sing the team song. It was a very good victory. I thought Kahibah didn't really show up in this grade. They should have been better. Brendan Commody, a good addition to the side, came close to opening the scoring but couldn't. Straight away, second half, bang, penalty. Zach Lewis converting the penalty, but was it a penalty? There's a lot of complaining from Kahibah. from my angle, I couldn't see if it was inside or outside the box, but the penalty was given, it was converted. And I have to say this, Kahibah FC, this only happened because they weren't going forward. And this happens a lot with some 23s teams. They've got to look forward, they've got to get the vision. It is hard to combine those younger guys with some older guys who've not really made the cut in first grade for the week or whatever. It's very hard in the 23s to get a solid base together, but you cannot play back the way these guys did and concede a penalty. It's quite bad. Kamikaze-like is the word that I'm looking for. Shot themselves in the foot. 10 minutes later it was 2-0 and that's game over. That's how it finished. Not Kahibah's best day in the 23s. I still think they've got a lot to bring in that grade. Cooks Hill look much more improved. They look, this is with no offence to the team last year, these guys look like more of a team. They're working together well. There's some young guys in there, 18, 19, they're coming through, and it's a really good squad, the Cooks Hill 23s. Alright, first grade, Cooks Hill United 2, defeated by Kahibah FC 7. Now I made a bit of a pause there because I wanted to make that sound more dramatic, because 7-2 is quite dramatic if you ask me. Sean Clerk, hang on a minute, Emerson Augie opening the scoring for Cooks Hill early on, very early, maybe against the run of play. It was just almost going to swear there, I don't know why, that's not the word I was looking for. It was I don't know the word, it's just bang, like that, 5 minutes into the game. Cooks Hill 1-0 up against Kahibah, against the favourites. Sean Clerk would score to equalise. Matt Williams put Cooks Hill back ahead, but then Matt Lee scoring for Kahibah right on half-time, just before half-time, to send the sides in at 2-2, both sides going in equal at half-time, and only one side coming back out for the second half. Cooks Hill United just completely outplayed in the second half. There's no other way of putting it. Sean Clerk scoring another goal. He's been good this pre-season and now round 1. I believe he did get sent off the other week for something, I forget what it was, but if he can not get sent off and play every game, then Clerk can definitely, he's already got 2. So based on that, you're looking at a 20-goal season, I think, from Sean Clerk. I think he's a pretty decent player. I don't know how much he fits in with the Kahibah style. I think he's still adapting to that style. He's come over, but he is a goal scorer. He's a poacher. He looks for goals and he scores goals. And really, that's what Kahibah want from him, and he done the job today. Matt Lee getting on the score sheet again. This guy loves Cooks Hill, doesn't he? He loves the athletics track, scored 3 there last year, 2 there now. I like Matty Lee, good guy, played 6-a-side with him and Gumpsy and the other Kahibah guys. Good to see Matt Lee given the armband for Kahibah. Definitely a good player, good club man, and got a deserved goal, 2 goals today. Josh Evans scoring, Ski Webster scoring, and Jaden Demir rounding out the scorers. Good to see Demir get on the score sheet, one of my favourites at Kahibah. This was an all-round performance. I could sit here and talk about Cooks Hill not showing up for the second half, and to an extent they didn't. But it wasn't on the same level as that Dudley game a few weeks ago. So I'm not going to sit here and blast Cooks Hill for their effort, but I'm going to say, look, if they want to finish top 4, it's got to be better than it was today. And that's obvious. I think everyone at Cooks Hill understands that. It's a work in progress. A lot of young guys. The captain's 21. The captain is younger than me. So that's crazy to think. It's definitely a work in progress at Cooks Hill. Very happy, very impressed with the way the club handled themselves today. All the players showing up looking more professional with trousers and fancy shoes, and here I am with some cargo shorts on, but that's definitely, I really think a club should look like a club. And if you need to look at what a club should look like in the new FM League, look at Wallsend FC. Maybe not that far, but definitely show up in the club polo, maybe not a tie, but club polo, trousers. It's a good look, it's a good brand. People think the team is more professional if they show up looking like professionals. Well wishes to Colvin Williams, who was taken from the ground in an ambulance. Suspected broken ankle is what I heard. I'm going to say that hopefully next time an ambulance is needed. I've never seen an ambulance needed in a new FM game, this was the first time, but considering the athletics track is about 3 or 4 blocks from an ambulance station, it shouldn't have taken 45 minutes. I don't know if there was miscommunications between the clubs, but it certainly wasn't good seeing him there in pain and waiting. Hopefully it is faster next time. And well wishes to Colvin. It did look very bad. Not sure how long he'll be out. I'll try and get an update and put it into the previews or something next week. So that's all from Cooks Hill. I'll quickly go over the games from West Wallsend. I don't know how long this video is. It's 17 minutes in, there you go. So there's going to be a lot to talk about tomorrow. These are long videos, aren't they? So we move over to West Wallsend, where today West Wallsend hosted South Cardiff in the season opener. I'm waiting for some messages. Thank you to a few players from West Wallsend, and I think one from South Cardiff as well, for sending through the scores. I don't care if I get the scores 5 or 6 times over, I just want to get them once, at least once. Didn't get the South Cardiff goal scorers today. I will try and message and find them out tomorrow. 17s, West Wallsend 2 defeated South Cardiff 1, goals from Mitchell Kramer. I've been told this was a good goal. In this particular one, it's 30-yard screamer written down. So Kramer getting a very good goal. Jared Hayter scoring the other goal for West Wallsend with tidy finish. No cards. I didn't actually see that there before. Not many times you see a West Wallsend game with no cards. There was a fair few cards at Cooks Hill today, so that's good to see. I'm told that South Cardiff's 17s team looked good, and will probably be competing for the top 4. This is coming from a West Wallsend player, so I'll take that. I can't back that up. I wasn't there, but if an opposition player is saying that a team's going to make the top 4, then he definitely respects them, and it's good to see. 19s, West Wallsend 5 defeated South Cardiff 1. I believe South Cardiff were down to 10 men. I've got a couple of conflicting reports, I'm not sure on that one. 2 goals to Josh Knight, 2 for Sam Jones, and 1 for Kai Drayton, who I think is one of the best young players coming through at West Wallsend this year. Sort of surprised to see his name on the 19s team sheet, but scores a goal there, and I'm told it wasn't the prettiest looking goal ever, but Kai is definitely a good player, and Josh Knight getting on the score sheet as well. I can say a lot about 90 if he can just stay on the field, not get suspended so often. He will finish with well over 20 goals. There's no doubt about that. He's a good enough player to be one of the best at West Wallsend in any grade, if he can just keep his cool. Matt Crawford yellow carded. I think thanks to West Wallsend for sending the cards. It's really helpful. One of their 17s players actually sent me this message, so 23s finished 2-1 to South Cardiff. Southie deserving the win there. Not much else I can say about that really. I don't have the goal scorers or anything like that. First grade, what a result this is for West Wallsend. 3-2 over South Cardiff. Come from behind win. South Cardiff went up early 1-0. Ty Jones scoring a penalty to make it 1-1. Bailey Cox scoring a free kick to make it 2-1. And Dom Langowski scoring halfway through the second half to make it 3-1. Southie scoring a consolation goal late on. So West Wallsend getting a first up win, which isn't much different to last year. Last year they won 4 in a row, and then I think they lost 11 or 12 in a row. So it's good to see Gary Rowe's side get that first up win. They're doing well in the FFA Cup. They've got to build on that. It is only round 1. I'm not prepared to say that West Wallsend will make the top 4, but it wouldn't surprise me. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if they will, but it wouldn't surprise me. But on their day, West Wallsend can be a very tricky side to beat, and they've got some pacey players up front, and they seem to be a bit better this year than they were last. So it's good to see Westie get that competitive spirit going. Thanks to those who messaged the score through. A few other things from... Actually, no, I think I've got everything. Well, there you go. That's brilliant. Okay. So that's the first day of the season fully reviewed. What a win for Kahibah FC. What else can I say? They came to the athletics track 7 goals. That's a massive scoreline. I don't think Cookshill deserved to concede 7 goals, but Kahibah, this team, they look good. They can win the whole thing this year if they want. Well, not if they want. They could win it if they're good enough. If they're good enough, they could win the whole season, the whole thing. I think they're good enough to do it. Going round and round in circles just to say Kahibah can win the grand final if they play like that. There, done. So tomorrow I'm off to Cessnock City. It's not Cessnock City, it's actually Aberdare. It's not actually in the CBD of Cessnock, but I'm off to Turner Park at Aberdare for the first time in, well, probably 7 or 8 months. So I'm looking forward to going up there and seeing the Hornets play. The Stingers, Hornets, Stingers, whatever. It's one of those. I do like the Stingers. That's not their official name, but I do like that name. Versing Singleton Strikers. It is a derby. It's an Upper Hunter derby, and I'm looking forward to it. And good luck to those at Toronto and Wallsend, and also Lake Macquarie and Belmont-Swansea. All those 3 games will be reviewed tomorrow. I can't guarantee goal scorers from every game. I'm trying my best to get that. If not, they'll be done on Monday night on a separate Facebook post. I'll be back tomorrow. This is only the first half of the video, so I'm just going to say see you in about 5 seconds. Alright, welcome back to part 2 of this week's Newysports TV episode. This is recorded on Sunday night now, so hopefully it just comes straight in from yesterday's part, but it's all the same part to you watching this on Monday. Today I was fortunate enough to go out to Cessnock City, Turner Park, Aberdare for the game against Singleton Strikers, and first of all I'm representing the Cessnock. That's backwards on the video screen. I think it's backwards. I'm not sure, but Cessnock City Hornets scarf, given that by the club. So very thankful for that. It was a good day up at Cessnock, and there's definitely things to like about these two teams. Let's be honest, Newysports in 2015 could have done a lot more for Cessnock City and Singleton strikers. So I was happy to be out there and happy to sort of move this camera up a little bit. There we go. Happy to get... now it's too high. I don't know. I needed the top of my head in the video. Happy to be out there at Cessnock, and it was a good day of football and a long day of football. I got there at 10:30 for a bit of the 17s game into 19s 23s first grade. Let's go straight into it. Let's stop wasting time. It's already a long enough video as it is. I'm just going to drop this camera slightly. There we go, that'll do. Under 17, Cessnock City 0, drawing Singleton Strikers 0. Got the team list today up on the Facebook page. I have every single team sheet from every single game this weekend. So thank you to the clubs for helping. Of course, I got 2 games. Wallsend sent me their team sheets. Toronto and Wallsend both helped out there today. And Lake Macquarie City sending me their team sheets as well. Very helpful for that. Really, it is a big help, and it will show in this video because I'll be able to tell you every single goal scorer. With that in mind, let's just quickly go back to yesterday. I did miss the South Cardiff goal scorers, and I now have those, so no, I don't. Wait, I don't. That's good. I do have them on the website. There's a new page on Newysports, all about the stats, goal scorers. There are cards, but it's not going to stay. There's too many cards every week to keep track of. I'm looking at guys, you know, at Westie, guys at Cessnock today. Stop getting cards, guys. I can't keep track. It's more than those 2 clubs, but there were a fair few at Cessnock today. Rightio, the goal scorers yesterday for South Cardiff: Lucas Emmett Morley in the 17s. I could barely read his name on the team sheet. He scored the 17s goal. Adam Nicholas scored in the 19s. Jacob Fifield in the 23s. Trent Lambourne in the 23s. And in first grade, the South Cardiff goal scorers were Drew Chapman and Jackson Robb. Let's move on to Sunday now. Cessnock City 0, Singleton 0 in the under 17s. I can't comment too much on this. I only got there with half an hour to go or so, but it was fairly contested from what I saw. Hamish May led one of the strong players for Singleton again on the left wing. Bray Wissink was the goalkeeper. Not sure. Brad Fairclough is the normal goalkeeper there at Singleton for the 17s. He wasn't playing. I'm not quite sure if Bray Wissink is a goalie or not. He was the fill-in today anyway. Fumbled a free kick, but it was saved by Josh Shade on the goal line. Will Forbes was one of Cessnock's better players from what I could see. Ian Morris doing well for Singleton, and that's how it ended, 0-0. Let's move on. 19s. The headline of the day really, Singleton star in the under 19s game. This was just a brilliant display. Goals from Nathan Hall ×2. Let's go through in order. Nathan Hall scoring the first goal, showing some good vision as well. Doubled moments later by Tom Golding, coolly converted from the penalty spot. 2-0 after 25 minutes. Will Hull scored a goal to make it 3-0. Nathan Smart scored to make it 4-0. Hull scored again to make it 5-0. There's a theme here. Penalty given and Nathan Hall converted. Brendan Zeckel, the Wallsend. Oh dear. His brother's at Wallsend actually. shout out to Jason Zekel there. Brendan Zekel, the goalkeeper there, getting sent off for kicking the ball in frustration at Nathan Hall. I didn't actually see this. I was sort of fiddling with the camera or something. I was doing something. I was looking away and I asked what happened, and that's what happened apparently. He kicked the ball at the Singleton player. That's a no-no, that's a send-off, and that's frustration for Zekel. It wasn't a good day for him. It wasn't a good day for Cessnock. Summed up by a goal from Nathan Smart again, making it 7-0. Singleton beating Cessnock in the under-19s. And look, this wasn't good to see. In the opening round, it's not good to see a team get 7 put past them. Cooks Hill. But at least Cooks Hill were in the game for 45 minutes yesterday. Cessnock were really outplayed today, and I don't want to put these guys off, okay, but it's going to be a struggle next week against Kahibah. It's going to be a real struggle. But in saying that, it's round 1. It's not round 22. There's a lot to work towards. There's definitely talent in the Cessnock squad. They just have to play as a squad. They have to play better. 23s, 0-0 draw. This was boring. Maybe not boring, might be a bit harsh, but it fizzled out in the heat. There was no goals. There were some chances. Sam Garrity missing a vital chip shot. Nearly getting into a fight actually. Garrity showing some real venom towards the Singleton players. Derek English hit the post for Singleton. I think that's his name. I could barely read it on the team sheet. Brody Egan played well again. I love the little man. He's great, isn't he? All the Cessnock guys watching this. Wezzer, as he's known out there, is a really fun player to watch. And despite his size, he gets in there and just rips people, rips them to shreds. Just gets in there, competes for the ball every time. Dan Murray was pretty good for Singleton. First grade, 1-1 draw. Cessnock led. Surprisingly, I wasn't expecting them to win today, and they should have. They were the better team today, marginally the better team. Stuart Plant was very strong today. I met Stewie after the game. All the people up at Singleton watching this now will know how much of a local legend Stewie is up there, what he does for the club. This is a great guy, and he really showed today. I think he's the best goalkeeper in the new FM First Division, first grade. I think he is the best goalkeeper of the 11 teams. He showed it today, some brilliant saves. Tyler Felsh handball, giving Cessnock a free kick, and it would wind up being put in by a bicycle kick. This was crazy from Wade Atwell. I think all I could say was, oh my God. I was just stunned to see it. A hint of offside, but some people say it was off, some people say it wasn't. I think it was off. But you can't take that away from him. A bicycle kick goal. I think he might have had one later in the game that was ruled out for goalie interference in the build-up. My question to Cessnock is, all day there are no goals scored. There's chances missed, easy chances missed, and then you go out and score a bicycle kick. What is going on at Cessnock City training? Maybe stop practicing bicycle kicks and get out there and practice some tap-ins or something. It's ironic that there's no goals scored, and the one goal scored by the club all day is a bicycle kick from 30 out. Someone will end up breaking their neck if they keep that up. Entertaining from Atwell, entertaining from Cessnock. Dan Palozzi scoring for Singleton, another good goal, sailing over the head of Matthew Zekel into the far corner of the net. Another one of those holy bib that's gone in. How's that gone in? Jackson Cox missed a penalty. Who would have thought I'd say that? Couldn't stop scoring in pre-season, couldn't score today. All in all, a pretty fair game. Both coaches, I could see David Willoughby and Steve Thompson both looked pretty down after the game. They both would have wanted to win this, but from a neutral fan point, it was a fairly evenly contested game. It's one that both clubs will move on from. Cessnock should have won on their home turf. I think they had the better chances. Alright, so we move on to Lyle Peacock Field. That's Toronto. Wallsend 1-0 in the 17s. This is a big win for Wallsend. Backs against the wall. They were outplayed. They got the win. Jacob Ray is the goal scorer. Although I've heard that the name slips me at the moment. I've heard that I'm watching a little thing go around the iPad screen. I heard that Baraka Dekris scored for the 17s. There's some debate there. Team sheet showed a goal for Jacob Ray. That's what I'm going with anyway. Apparently he was on the bench. That's what one of his teammates said. He was on the bench when he scored. Okay, so drunk referees, I don't know what that is. Wallsend winning 1-0 in the 17s, despite being outplayed by Toronto. The 19s, Toronto 2, Wallsend 1. This big result for Toronto. Ryan McClaw scoring for Red Devils. Although Sam Willis is claiming it, he said that he scored. Ryan McClaw crossed it in. Sam Willis tapped it in. So give them both credit. McClaw's a good player, and Willis getting on the end of that one to score the goal. Toronto winning with goals to Jack Cooper and Brody Lynch, 2-1. Bit of an upset there. 4-1 in the 23s, Wallsend winning. A solid victory for Chris's side, Chris Wallace, I think, the coach there. Solid win for him. Ian Roberts, not the rugby league player. This is coming from a Manly fan. Ian Roberts, a big legend in the NRL. Ian Roberts opened the scoring for the Stags. It was cancelled out. 2 goals to Gotcha Abshalava. I do have a chant for him that I sometimes do when I'm at the Wallsend games, just to myself. I'm a big fan of Gotcha. I know a lot of people don't like him. He's one of those, you either love him or you hate him. Gotcha's a good player though. You can't take that away from him, and one of these goals was a cracker, I've been told. Brendan Nichols scoring and Jordan Semblis also scoring. First grade also the same score, Wallsend 4, Toronto 1. Nick Roberts giving Toronto an early lead after 8 minutes. Who would have thought that after pre-season? Jake Capriatis scoring Wallsend's equaliser. Nick Roberts was sent off for a second yellow card. Lots of yellows in this game. Chris Gazzard fired Wallsend ahead. Capriatis scored his second goal. Paul Wheeler rounded it out. Wallsend 4, Toronto 1. And my advice to Toronto is to just keep going. This isn't a bad result. I saw someone say they were going to get 8-0 or something. Pre-season was poor for Toronto, but they've just got to keep at it, okay? And they'll get better. I don't think there's any team in this competition that is going to get smashed 6-0 every week or whatever. I really hope not anyway. Over at Lakes, Macquarie Field, thanks for Lakes for sending these team sheets through. Lakes 4-3 in the under-17s game. Goals to Alex Matthews, Jack Smith and Curtis McRitchie. Bellswan's goal scorers Lachlan McMaster ×2 and Mitchell Doyce. Solid win for Lakes. They're a new squad against pretty much a similar Bellswan's team. I'm not quite sure, I'm not looking at the lineup now, but a good win for Lakes. A better win for Lakes in the 19s, 7-3. Darko Nikic scoring 3 goals. Jack Russo, Josh Richardson scoring. This is a good team, isn't it? This is a brilliant team. I said yesterday Kahibah will finish top. If they don't, Lakes will. These two teams are the best in the 19s. Jimmy Ward getting 2 goals as well. Bellswan's goal scorers Joel Nicholson, 2 goals. Carl O'Toole scoring an own goal for Lakes / Bellswans. Scoring for Bellswans, making it 7-3, the end score. Under 23s, 0-0 draw, not much I can say. I don't have any goal scorers. 2 0-0 draws in the 23s today. Step it up, guys. No one wants to see 0-0 draws. Bellswans, first grade, Bellswans 4, Lake Macquarie City 3. I got a message from someone in the stands out at Lakes with about 10 minutes left in the game saying Bellswans 4, Lakes 1, and I nearly dropped my iPad onto the ground at Turner Park. The Bellswans guys are going to be watching this. They're going to be like, why did he write us off? But there was rumours of... These are rumours. That's the most important thing. Rumours during pre-season about Belmont-Swansea squad. The coach left, Brad Paul's taken over. I'm not sure if he's still the coach, but he is a secretary there. He's doing a brilliant job at that club. I really like Brad, and today really showed Belmont-Swansea are here to compete in 2016, regardless of what some thought during pre-season. Even myself at times, I will admit that. I'll eat my words and say this was a big win for Belmont-Swansea. Nothing to get too excited about just yet. It's only round 1, but to go to Macquarie Field and beat Lakes is a very hard thing to do. Lakes scored 2 goals late on. They need to be there for the whole game, I can't say that they weren't playing badly or playing good or whatever. I wasn't there. But Lakes scoring 2 late goals, if they had scored those goals earlier, they would have had a chance, So Lakes wouldn't be happy losing this game. Tom Walker, Sam Walker and Cameron Legay-Brereton scoring the goals there. Sam Walker on 1. See how many he is on at the end of the season. Belmont-Swansea getting the points with a hat-trick to Josh Hall and a goal to Jamie Hadlow. This is a big win for Belmont-Swansea Football Club. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here and say that they're going to win titles or get to the FFA Cup, but beating Lakes in round 1, this takes some doing, and Belmont-Swansea are off to a brilliant start. They're still in the FFA Cup. Lakes aren't. So Kahibah aren't. Cooks Hill aren't. So the FFA Cup, which let's have a look at that next week. I'm going to be previewing those games as well. Singleton do play next week against Dudley. I'll be there for that, hopefully. Edgeworth versus Magic. Who could have believed that the 2 NPL clubs that made the round of 32 last year, one of them will be out in round 4. I'll be tipping Edgeworth to win anyway. There's a little spoiler for you. I believe Magic got beat by Maitland yesterday 3-0 in a trial match. So, a lot happening in the FFA Cup. That'll be on next weekend. The new FM teams play the week after. Fortin's still in there. Westie's still in there. Singleton's still there. Belmont-Swansea. Who would have thought? Kahibah's gone. Lakes is gone. Wallsend's gone. Cooks Hill's gone. Wow. Good to see some new FM teams still there. And wouldn't it be something to see a club like Belmont-Swansea get to the round of 32? They did host the National League game once at Blacksmiths. There's a story for you. It's good to see these teams still in the cup. Hopefully they can do well. That's about it for now. I hope I got everything in the video, all the goal scorers. Thank you so much to all the clubs who've messaged team sheets. This is what I wanted from this season. We're going to keep the stats here at Newysports, keep all the goal scorers, everything. And the clubs helped out this weekend. It was good out at Cessnock today, good yesterday at Cooks Hill. So that's about it from me. Be back next week. A lot of football next week as well. I'll be at Belmont-Swansea versus West Wallsend on Saturday, followed by Singleton versus Dudley over at Edgeworth, and then Edgeworth versus Magic. 5 games on Saturday, 6 games on Saturday. It's crazy. That's a lot of football to watch. And then on Sunday I'll be out at Toronto doing the PA system out there actually at Lyle Peacock for Toronto versus Cooks Hill. I will probably wear my Cooks Hill shirt. I support my club, but I'm not going to be biased on the speaker system. I'm going to be neutral. Go the Stags. Just kidding. I don't want to go for the Stags next week. It should be a good day out at Toronto, and then I may actually be playing, my all-age team may be playing Toronto out there as well. So 6 games on Saturday, 4 on Sunday, and a possible game to play on Sunday night. So that's a long weekend. And it will all be back right here on Newysports TV next Monday. I will see you then. Thank you, and good night, good day, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. See you next week.